Linden. If we're great, you're even better.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I am Zim, and this is Starlight Expeditions Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It's a tabletop system, sort of like D&D. Toshime, you need a space between roll and the one there. But it's sort of like D&D, so you know. But this is Pokerole. At least that's the system we're using right now. Anyways, we'll go ahead and do some intros, starting with Rygon. Oh wait, I got a new thing for this. I got a new thing.
You have a new thing for this?
Well, what's
the
new
thing? Setup.
New
Boosh.
setup.
Okay, now you can do it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rygon, and I am the storyteller for Starlight Expeditions. So that means I'll be the narrator. I will be the one managing all the NPCs, revealing the stuff for the characters, etc., etc. It's good to have you all here, and I hope you enjoy.
Now, Azurith.
Hi there, I am Arzadeyu. I play Azurith, a off-color jangmo-o. I also stream this normally over at my own Twitch, but that's besides the point. I'll get better at these, I promise.
And then Dart.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Seda. I play Dart, the Steel Ground Rockruff, and let's have a good time, shall we?
And then last but not least for tonight, Jet, myself. I am Zim, and I am playing Jet, the Ghost Electric Rockruff. And yeah, but the new thing that I was talking about is that I've set up all of our art. So when each person's introducing, I bring up the full art piece.
It's not a bad idea.
That's actually very neat. I should take that as well.
I should as well.
I also might steal your stream setup because we'll work on this. We'll talk about this later. Sorry.
Something that I think would be good, that Pokerole Mystery Dungeon box right there that's just taking up space. We could just like cycle the character art through there.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, the one in the middle?
Yeah.
Could possibly. I don't know if that's actually possible, but
no, you can actually set up a slideshow. I've done it before.
Yeah, you do that with your other D&D campaigns too.
You're talking about on my actual screen itself? Yeah. I thought you were talking about in Tabletop Simulator.
Oh no,
I actually was
in Tabletop Simulator.
I was actually trying to set that up, and for some reason OBS was just not letting it work at all.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, I was actually trying to set that up on Saturday while we were doing the stuff. I was just idly working on that during the role play and stuff, and it just would not like it would show you Rygon, but then it wouldn't scroll through anybody else, even though there's supposed to be a slideshow.
You're gonna have to you have to resize the images. OBS has a file size limit for their slideshow scene, so you're gonna have to reduce the file.
I do know about that, but it's also like I made them small to fit into that box. How big are they each? Let's see, where is it? There we go.
Interesting.
What's interesting? And did you see Toshime's roll?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So you all got yourself some interesting weather, I suppose.
Oh no.
Interesting weather to hopefully stay inside.
Well, so, I mean, that's up to you.
I shrunk them all down, and the largest one is Rygon's at 157 kilobytes.
It's the tails.
Like,
Probably.
those are the problem is definitely not the the problem is definitely not the file size.
We can review it later.
Yeah, we can review it later. So
Either way,
let's go ahead and get started.
Real quick,
Can we have a short recap? Dart, would you mind giving us a recap?
well, I did want to say what RZ brought up in chat. Yeah, that is a list of everybody that is a streamer in this campaign. Some of them are not here right now, but for those watching on YouTube, you can check the description down below and find links to everybody's channel there. Now go ahead and go with the recap.
All right, go ahead, Dart.
Please fill in the gaps that I'm missing anything, but just from my notes that I took, we left off at a bit of a cliffhanger where those upstairs, particularly Azurith, Jet, and Dart, recognized a strange logo on a crate. But there was knocking at the door. That knocking turned out to be a bag that was left by a individual named Marnez. So this bag, we were told specifically to not look at. The group had a chat. And Dart learned all about Starlight Expeditions and what the function of a guild is. But also the group learned that there was some strange stuff going on. General chaos, weather going crazy, Pokemon going wild, towns disappearing, Pokemon coming back with fantastic stories. We interrogated our Woobat prisoner a little bit, learned that their name was Alcidae. But also, another bombshell dropped. The group thought that they were gone for a few hours in retrieving the gem for the guild leader. Turns out they were gone for a week. That's how and then during that time, the cult came in and started running amok of Starlight. Got some lore drops on the cult themselves, Alabaster Gleam, their Maester Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had, another knock at the door. This was another bag from Marnez. It had a bunch of scarves in it. And at that point, it was getting late in the night. We were going to retire, plan for the next day of gathering supplies and training, when a bunch of jingle bells started jingling. A apparent branch of Alabaster Gleam came along with some very mangled figures among their ranks that started knock, 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 tap, tap, tap at the doors and the windows. Jet, who was on watch at the time and outside, who went outside to investigate, found himself pinned underneath the porch and decided to yell out that the Alabaster Gleam were here, in which these weird monstrosities started clawing at and destroying the porch. But Jet was thankfully able to phase inside, and the mysterious figures from Alabaster Gleam departed on, as the red robe figure just carried on. So we all find ourselves still in the house, still all seemingly in one piece, but got the fear factor dialed up to 13. I think it's time for a nice fireside chat, don't you think?
Title drop.
Definitely. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm
So,
gonna need a
as a
change
treat.
of pants.
All of your hearts are still beating. The adrenaline is running through your systems after this encounter, especially you, Jet. You can just barely see that the moon has shifted in the sky. It is still snowing very heavily outside. And if anything, the snow seems to have gotten even heavier. The windows beginning to frost over, and the fire that is keeping you all warm seeming to be even more comforting in this time of panic. What do you all do?
Well, first off, what is the state of the fire? Because I know that we had barely anything for fuel for it.
It's been reduced quite a bit, but there's still enough of a spark to let off a cheerful glow. By anyone's estimates, it will probably last about another half hour before it fully goes out.
We should, Jed kind of glances out the window. I think we should probably, grab some of that, new wood outside to stoke the fire with. It is getting kind of cold out there.
I think that is a good idea.
Azurith, who is probably shivering the most out of you, considering he is weak to cold, ice type wise, but his scales clanging, you know, like the. Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down by the fire and such. That weather doesn't seem to work well with me. Why are you guys wearing scarves? Where'd you get the scarves?
Oh, they're right over here. And he'll gesture to them while
Morn
going
has
to the
dropped
door.
some off.
Oh, he goes to see which one is left, and if I remember correctly, it was a polka dot one.
I think so.
I'll pull up my notes for this.
I think it was pink with yellow polka dots on it.
Where are my notes?
Well, we are 2% towards the donation goal.
Okay.
Let's see. It was Yep, it was a polka dot scarf. I forget what color though.
Pink with yellow.
Pink with yellow. He looks at it. He's not happy with the coloring, but he can't complain. He takes it, wraps it around his current handkerchief. It's like, I'm gonna be by the fire now, and okay.
That's fair, though. Maybe you could help with the door and stuff.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and go out the front and hand stuff up to you guys.
That sounds good.
Sure.
Dart's gonna make his way to the door.
And Jet's gonna open it and
Okay.
go out. And after double checking through the window.
Yeah, you see nothing outside, just simply a fresh blanket of fallen white snow just covering the ground. You don't even see any rocks or like twigs or anything on the ground. It's just that pristine outside. Even the footsteps made by the procession are being covered up at this point.
It's a trap. It was the porch was covered, right? They usually.
What do you mean?
Like, usually porches have a little roof over them, so at least the wood isn't, the wood scraps aren't covered in snow.
Yeah, it was like about half covered, so like half of it was covered, half of it wasn't.
Jet's gonna start, he's gonna go out by the right trap guard. As
you step outside the door, you let out a little yip, and immediately falling, just go right into a blanket of snow.
Jet?
Dart's just gonna look down out the or out the door, just like, Jet, you okay?
I didn't mean to phase through anything.
No, you didn't. There's no porch there anymore. So there's just a sheet. There's just a drop.
Well, I was meaning to climb down.
But you did say climb down.
Jet made the number one mistake of not being too specific enough.
And
Fair,
that
fair.
is the trap card right there, Wolstein.
Fair enough.
So all anyone can kind of see is just your little fluffy tail just kind of like poofing out of the snow.
I-
My goodness, Jet, what
Oh my God.
happened out here? I could hear
Sorry.
it from inside, but
I was so confused for a moment. I had thrown my laughing emote in the chat, and you know the emotes that get posted in chat pop up on screen, and it popped up perfectly over top of Jet's icon. I'm like, wait, why did my icon change?
amazing.
It was not pleasant.
From what I saw when I was up in the attic, their face and beak were like broken and mended over and over and.
He just kind of gives a shiver and looks away, trying to get himself back up before starting to pick up wood without saying anything more. He definitely did. His tail's drooping and stuff. He does not look happy about remembering what happened out here, but he knows that we need the wood.
It looks like a little snow poff is kind of just digging around the snow, looking for the bits and pieces of wood. And eventually you are able to find some pieces buried underneath the snow. Some of them having been remains of the porch, and others having been coming from other sources, maybe blown in from nearby trees. Either way, you found yourself a good supply of wood.
He basically just hands them up to Dart to move into the house because, you know, a little difficult to climb in and out when he is so tiny and on 4 legs, so.
And Dart's just gonna be like leaning down, just to, like try to grab each piece with his mouth.
Azurith will take whatever Dart hands him and just put it inside the house.
It's a
Yay,
water bucket
teamwork.
line, but wood. We're
Wouldn't you
trying to
believe it?
make a fire instead of put it out. So after Jet feels that he's gathered enough wood from outside that it'll last through the next day, hopefully, he'll go ahead and come back in, scrambling to get up.
Okay. It's fairly high. It's like about like a head taller than you, but you're able to kind of like leap up and scramble your back paws against the side of the house, and you're able to make your way back up. It's definitely not the quickest way to do it, but you're able to get inside.
Okay. And he just gives himself a shake, not even realizing why, but shakes off all the snow and just shivers. Let's get the wood in the fire.
Dart and Nazareth, go ahead and roll me dex. Just straight.
I think you're going to need to roll it 1d6 at a time. Rosie.
All right, Dart, you're kind of able to definitely avoid the spray of melted snow.
Oh,
Definitely no flashbacks to your waterborne adventures here.
2 successes.
Okay, same with you,
Hold up,
Azurith.
where
You
do
were
you
able
get 2
to.
successes?
I rolled a 5 and then a 6. That last other one rolled a 0, which
Well,
doesn't count because
Actually, I think you'd roll... Based on the 2d6, that would be no successes.
you sure?
Because that was 2 dice that was rolled and then added together. Well, I guess it could be a 1 and a 4.
Precisely.
Okay, so roll 1d6 again.
Oh, you have a point.
And yes, an
Okay, fine, 1
impromptu,
success.
unstructured session.
This is more to help me relax after a very frustrating week, everyone, and to give the characters a chance to just be characters. You managed to half avoid the melted snow, so some of it kind of gets on you a little bit, Azurith. Some of them kind of getting in between your scales, and it leaves you with a very slight shiver that eventually kind of goes away after about a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what do y'all do now?
Sorry about that. I'm not sure why I did that.
It's fine. Let's get the fire going.
Azurith will start putting the flames in the fire. Flames in the fire. Wood in the fire.
It sputters, the wood being wet, and it takes quite a bit before it eventually lights, and it kind of begins letting off a good amount of smoke. The smoke is kind of drifting up, but a little bit is kind of coming out of the fireplace a little bit.
Before Jet moves to join the others, he does double check the window. He's a little paranoid right now.
And you see a face? No.
No, he does see a face. It's his reflection.
You know what? Yeah, sure. You see your reflection.
Jet
It
lets
startles
out-
you, but just like a half second.
It's his reflection, but his eyes are hollowed out white.
He lets out a very sharp yip.
Whoa,
Jet?
everything okay, Jet?
Sorry. Spooked myself with my own reflection. Sorry.
You're good.
Otherwise, though, you don't see anything outside. Just empty ruins and a white, just almost magical landscape as everything becomes covered with snow.
So... What... Those things... They definitely didn't look like other Pokemon that we've seen, like at all.
I don't know how to process it. It's just it was disturbing.
You can all hear little sloughs of snow falling off the roof onto the ground below, just a small little.
we probably
hope-
jump at that. Because we did establish last time we didn't know what snow was, right?
I mean, you know it's harmless, but you're not quite sure exactly what it is. Like, you kind of have the idea it's water in a sense, but it's just like, how?
But if we don't know what snow is, then hearing something slough off the roof, especially after the night we just had, would definitely prompt some panic.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Mhm.
At least when it hits the ground and suddenly...
Shh.
What was that?
I don't know.
Jet's gonna go quietly creep over to one of the windows nearby, trying to look out.
You see your reflection again.
Damn it, Rhaegon.
Dart's gonna go over and investigate too. Do you see anything?
Just myself again. I don't know. Is there anything in particular that we see, Rhaegon?
You actually do see something out there.
Oh no.
You see what appears to be a small set of footprints that are going from one end of the street to the other. It's not even one of those things like it comes up to your door and leaves back out again. And no, it's just a small little set of footprints out there.
And where did it come from and go?
Hard to tell. Could have been right to left, left to right.
Well, I mean, so we're looking out the front window, right?
I assume so.
And out on the street, we're seeing. Is it? And before we did establish that it was perfectly untouched, so that is brand
Mhm.
new.
Yes.
But like, is it just like walking along the street, regardless of which direction was going, or did it come towards the house? Or
No, it's just a set of footprints that looks like it just went down the street. You do see something kind of dark out there in the middle of the street. It's just like the small little bulky thing in the middle of the road.
I see something. It's just standing there, menacingly.
I think I see it too.
I'm not moving just so I don't make any sound, but I trust you guys. Yeah.
I mean, it's not being threatening or friendly. Just somebody's out there. I see those footprints.
Yeah, and there's a dark shape there in the middle of the road.
Okay. Hopefully it's not. It's not. You know, anything scary.
Do you think it's do you think it's causing all this?
All the white stuff?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm just imagining both of us with our paws up on the windowsill, just staring out it.
Yes.
What
Comes
was
the
that?
sound from somewhere.
Repeat the sound again, please. What was that?
I don't know.
It was a sound.
That's not particularly helpful. Could I try to determine where the sound originated from?
Yes, it actually sounds like it's somewhere inside the house.
Oh. Wait,
Oh no!
Wait, that sounds like inside the house. Maybe that it Okay, does it sound like it's coming from the attic or like from one of the other floors?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Jet's trying to figure that out too.
I guess everyone's making an insight check.
This puppy innocent's about to give me diabetes.
Wait, what?
Tanya with the biddies. This puppy innocent's about to give me diabetes.
Okay.
Okay. And what did you roll as your day?
What?
Azurday, you rather Azurith, and Dart, you're listening, and you can't quite place it. The sound just sort of echoes around you in a very
Don't
like
teach
swooping
my
tone.
hamster to
I
suck
got
eggs.
2 successes. I mean, 1 success, sorry.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Ah.
I will point
And I
out
think
that Jet also got 1 success.
Yep.
But I will
so then
point
the
out
best. Yeah.
that for the chat as well as bringing you up to speed, Azurith, Rygon, this may not be the case here, but Rygon does sometimes have different difficulties per player based on various factors. Like, realistically, Jet and Dart would have better hearing than Azurith, especially considering the constant clanging that you would hear all the time when you move and stuff.
And this is one of those cases. So this isn't necessarily anything against you, Azurith. You just don't have ears, really.
Oh, I don't have sensitive ears. I don't have ears like dogs. I have ears, they're just not easily visible. They're tiny. Like how lizards have ears. They have ear
The
holes.
sound sounds like it's coming from the room directly behind all of you.
I think it's
Is
coming
that
from
the-
over there.
I'll go check it out.
Let's go together. Like, we don't want to be surprised here.
Azurith will approach the door or...
We do have influence, though it
Okay.
may be too late for this.
Let's take a look.
Because the rooms behind us would be the one leading to the kitchen that has the one with the chair in it, as well as the one where we're keeping Alcidae.
Yes, the first floor is divided into 4 sections. There is the hallway that leads to the first bedroom and the room with the heavy chair. There is the main area that you all are in right now, facing out. Then there is a small wall with a opening that leads into the fireplace area. And then behind the fireplace area is another very short, kind of just like, not necessarily corridor, but just path that leads over to the kitchen.
I think for future note, might be helpful for us to have a map of this house.
I'm in the process of making it.
Perfect.
I
At
can
least let
actually
us
give you
know-
a screenshot.
Yeah, that would work. Could also just tell us room names.
Well, I don't know what you call some of these places.
Well, like we've got the living room here with the fireplace and the front door. Of course, we've got the kitchen. We could just call it Doc's room, the one that she is sleeping in. Um, whatever. How many rooms are on the main floor?
Here, I will send it your way right now.
That's fair.
Just a second.
And I could bring it up on stream too.
So you all are gonna also pick up like my other monitor, which has nothing on it at the moment.
Ah, I may not bring it up on stream then.
I can crop an image.
Yeah, my PC is definitely not happy about everything running, so I can't do that right now.
That's fair. But
Oh,
that
okay,
is that's kind of what it looks like.
Oh, okay. So you have like the porch with the common area, the steps leading upstairs, the fireplace room, and then the kitchen, and then the hallway leading down to the room with the chair, and then the other bedroom.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Wait, that means Doc has an entrance to her room.
I think that's meant to be a window.
Yeah, it's a window. It's
Oh.
just a single pane of glass with curtains in front of it.
Oh, couldn't tell. Sorry, my bad.
Let me bring this up on stream.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
So I am in the process of making maps. Just
Yeah.
it's slow because I've been super busy.
Oh, totally understand.
And the
Why
map
this
itself
is so
isn't
slow.
done. There's still going to be plenty that I'm going to be doing with it.
Oh no, this way,
Very well.
even that itself is immediately helpful.
Yeah.
Anyway, it sounds like the sound is coming from the room with the fireplace.
Okay. Dart's going to carefully walk in and investigate.
Azurith will be right behind.
The sound actually sounds like it's coming from the fireplace. You can see the fire kind of just like sputter with the sound.
What is going on?
Is it supposed to be doing that?
I don't really know. Jet
It
looks over at
sound-
Azurith.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know what this thing is. This feels... I don't know. Just, I don't know what it is.
As you all are kind of gathered in front of the fireplace, a sudden burst of wind comes down and blows just a little bit of snow into each of your faces. Just little snowflakes, nothing much. And you just hear "Ooh."
Did it just get louder?
Dart's just going to be like wiping the snow off his like face, just like, I think so.
I think it did. He kind of shakes his head again, trying to clear the snow away. Wait, maybe we could add some more fire, some more wood, and keep it from whatever might be up there from coming down, maybe.
Dart's just gonna like gesture to Jet to wait for a moment, just gonna like kind of continue observing the fire a little bit and observing the humming.
Okay, so you're just observing the fire and the humming.
Yeah, trying to observe and put two to two together.
Okay. As the pitch of the sound goes down, you can kind of see the fire flare up. And as it gets higher pitched, you can see the fire kind of push back down.
I'm thinking I know what this is, but I don't know if Jet would put two and two together. But is it maybe the wind going through down into here?
Maybe. Could you
Or
open the
is-
door?
Do what?
Open the door.
Okay. He'll go back to the front room and open the door.
Let the
actually-
wind in.
Actually, no. The front door has the thing out there. He's gonna check the back door out the window, and
You see nothing more than just 3 solitary figures outside the kitchen window.
Oh no, there's 3 of them!
not
They
going
look
to
to be
lie, that
covered
gave
in
me
a heavy-
shivers.
No.
You saying that gave me shivers. Wait. Are they just the training dummies that he saw before?
I think they're the training dummies.
Probably the training dummies, but maybe they aren't.
Jet's definitely going to let out another "Yep!" before he
Jet, I
He
said
can-
open the door, not draw attention.
they're does he realize that it's the training dummies he saw earlier, or is it not the training dummies?
He can make an insight.
Okay.
He watches them for a little while, and they don't appear to be moving at all. They're just standing there, the snow on them just slowly getting higher and higher as they're covered in a blanket of white. He can see what appears to be a little bit of straw sticking out of one.
Oh. Sorry. I'm just a little on edge, I guess. Yeah. And he's gonna open the door.
Okay. You feel a breeze brush right past you, sending your fur on edge.
Did that tell you what you wanted to know, Dart?
What happened to the fire?
With the door open and some of the wind coming in through the door, the fire kind of became this little bit of a chaotic mess. Like it almost looked like something was pushing down on it at the same time something was coming, hitting the front of it. And it just kind of caused it to dance in a little bit of a chaotic fashion.
And I heard, and that was a low hum you kind of gave there, right?
Yes.
I think so. You can close it.
He pushes the door closed with a worried glance back outside as it's just a crack left before shutting.
A little bit of
Go
snow
ahead.
falls off one of the figures
And
when
he,
you shut the door.
He gives a little shudder and goes to rejoin the others.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
sorry about that. Got a little spooked.
Look, I think we've all had a very long night. I think the fire went all crazy when you opened the door. I think whatever we're seeing, it's just the wind.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So,
What about
considering
that?
everything that's happened tonight, I think the noise it's making, while probably normal, it's it almost sounds like one of them just stuck up in there.
Well, I could try and take a look.
I think you've put yourself in danger enough for once. For today, at least. Let's just all
Okay.
try to. Let's all just try to calm down and get through the night.
Yeah, I agree. This fire's warm.
But the thing in the front still. Jet's gonna go over towards the front of the house. Towards the window. We should probably keep an eye on whatever that is out there.
It looks. I assume you're looking outside.
Not yet. He's kind of looking back at the others. He's clearly hesitant to go out there. To go towards the window.
Jet, come back. Come back by the fire. I think if at this point, if anything comes, we're gonna be too on edge to not hear it.
Yeah, I suppose. Jeez,
And
right.
fire just dances.
Doesn't help that I've got spooky music playing in the background too.
Whose fault is that?
Yeah, Jet.
It's
I'm
fitting
sorry,
for this scene.
Azurith stares at the flames as they dance, relaxing a bit more by their warmth. Jet, Dart is right. I think we should relax now. We have a brief respite before something crazy happens.
At least I would hope so.
I hope not. I hope we don't have anything crazy come up.
Aw, thank you, Tanya. That's a very nice message.
I just feel so useless.
I'm sure there's things you can do, just like me with my stuff. I wonder what you can do too, Azurith.
I wonder too. You got these cool ghosty ability thingies, and I just make noise when I walk. The only thing that's unique about me is my pride and my confidence. And I'm positive, my strength as well, and he just puffs out his chest and just looks proud of himself.
you have some of that to share?
Keep
Ever-
smiling. That's
I
my advice.
I try, but it's I feel like every time I get ever since I woke up, every time I get some fragment of truth or certainty, feels like two things, pop up to create more doubt. I've been struggling since I've woken up. Once when I woke up outside Starlight, I tried walking and I fell over. And every every conscious step after that has been trying not to fall. And every time I let go and draw a blank, I nearly trip and catch myself again. And I've been trying to cover it up, but it it's it's weighing heavily on me.
We've all definitely been through a lot.
And,
I am.
and I from what I could tell, I can only imagine. I feel like we're all in the same boat here, and I just feel like a step behind everyone. Like you mentioned these abilities, and I'm struggling to walk. It's like
Time.
it's like some of it is slowly coming, but like I feel like the moment danger actually comes, I'm just going to be I'm just going to be I'm just going to be the chew toy.
The fire
Ah,
crackles, and a series of sparks suddenly is released as a board cracks in half and falls further into the flames.
Azurith quickly looks and stares at it for about 30 seconds. Tense.
Chet is also
Before,
staring at the fire, tense.
before slowly looking back at Dart. I think time is all you need. You
I
didn't
know.
have our first night. You didn't have the wonderful meal we had. You had... What was it? You were in the river? Drowning? Then...
And Dart's just gonna kind of like stare blankly into the fire. It's almost if like he's not acknowledging it. I I I still don't know what to make of it. I my first memory waking up, very well could have been my last. I I don't know how. I just tried to. It's like my mind went blank. I just tried to focus on the things that I needed to live, air, and then find somewhere out of that water. And it took everything I had just to not lose it all in that moment. And and then and then it all went black again. And smoke, took me outside to Starlight. But I been trying to, press it down, but all these new feelings and senses and heck, and even this fire, it's warm and comforting, but something deep in my mind is telling me to be afraid of it. I just I just want some time to make sense of it all.
Since we woke up, it has been constant running, constant going to and fro. Everything. I mean, we literally woke up and were immediately plunged into. Uh, it was peaceful for like a moment, so better than what you had, but it didn't last long because almost immediately we were set upon by these frog creatures that wanted this box that we found. And we found this strange stone pillar, in the middle of a river, went through it in a boat, and, like, it has been constant rush. I mean, we did have that nice meal, but even that was short-lived. We in the middle of the night, we were woken up and got accused of stealing the gem. Maybe different circumstances that brought us to this spot, but I definitely know what you're going through there. I'm beginning to wonder if when I'm walking, it's even me walking and not doing something else. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm actually alive or what. Ghosts aren't alive, but I'm a ghost apparently.
I'm positive you're alive. You're here in the now.
I
And
may be here, but go ahead.
I think we're I think it's going to take time for all of us to find the answers we seek. And I have to apologize. It's all of this chaos has left my head, and my head is already so cloudy. There are words that I'm using that my brain or my mind knows the connections they are, but when I think back of what that word actually means, I can't recall. And in my frustration, I've said things that I regret. Look, I know we're all not in fighting shape to go save Starlight, but I shouldn't have said those things that I did to all of you.
I don't hold it against you at all. Like, it's. This is frustrating. This is stressful. We don't know what the future holds. I want to help them because they've helped us, and we just can't do anything ourselves. I think some training tomorrow is exactly what we need, though. Trying to figure out, because I'm certain you've got some abilities that you can do too. Just need to figure them out.
Yeah.
You're certainly right, but it's just that lack of certainty, like it frustrates me. I want to believe you full-heartedly, but at the same time, like, nothing I've experienced so far,
Look, I have no space for any more.
And, like, nothing I experienced so far, even gave me a hint of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being.
Why are you apologizing? You're explaining your feelings, your thoughts. You don't seem angry. You seem calm.
You're expressing yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe, with all of this, like, I he kind of is just sitting off by himself a ways from the other two. I don't really even know if I can touch any of you without us getting stuck together. So I may have this interesting power, but doesn't mean I can control it. But you still have the potential to see what maybe you can do, and figure out. Like, all of us seem to have some kind of ability that we can, some sort of abilities. I'm sure there's something that you can do too.
Dart's just gonna, like, kind of, like, flop forward and, like, just kind of, like, put both paws over, like, his muzzle, like, covering his eyes, just like. I know you're hesitant, but honestly, at this point, I'm willing to take the risk. Part of my mind is excited, trying to learn and explore, but there's also the part of my mind that just wishes this is all a bad dream, and any moment I'll wake up and remember, what was before, where I was before, and return to whatever that was. And it doesn't seem to come.
You feel very cold.
Jet's gonna go ahead and move over and flop down next to Dart. Well,
Azurith will stay where he
hopefully we
is.
don't get stuck. I know I was really hoping that this place would be safe myself. But as we've seen tonight, that safety seems unlikely. But then again, maybe there's more to this house. Maybe this place itself is just one part of the safe house that the signs said were out here. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm quite ready to sleep yet.
Just a moment longer. I have a lot on my mind, but I agree that what we saw in the attic, that's the only thing that seems to go back and not forward.
What do you mean by back?
It's the only thing that seems familiar. When,
Oh.
like,
The-
like in my mind, I'm able to go back and recognize that. And Dart's gonna like kind of stand up and like start gesturing like he's thinking again, like kind of slowly starting to snap himself out of it, like it's like it's illogical. I don't recall anything before waking up in the river, but it's familiar. MDA Industries is familiar.
Do you want to stare at it more?
I personally also think I recognize it myself a bit. It does seem like there's something there on the tip of my tongue. I can't really quite place it myself, but it does seem like there's something there. Maybe there are some clues. Did we look through all of the boxes up there?
I think that's a good idea. Dart's gonna give Jet a hug.
Jet kind of tenses at first before relaxing and
Thank you.
returning it.
Thank you.
Yep. No, you don't phase into each other.
Oh no, what else happens?
Dart's gonna continue, both of you, and he breaks the hug, kind of stumbles a little bit. They kind of like did like the little jump on like both paws around the neck kind of thing, and then like goes
Please.
to Azurith.
Please, we can't take any more.
What?
I think we're killing Tanya with cuteness.
I'm
and-
sorry.
And then Dart's gonna go to Azurith and do a very similar gesture. It's like,
You're hugging him, right?
I'm hugging Azurith.
Azurith accepts it and doesn't say anything about it. He smiles and says, "To me, you are a friend. A friend I will fight to protect.
You're
All
not
of you.
just a chew toy for anyone.
Look, you guys have like, you all are. I've not met many people since waking up, but people wouldn't be right. But why does that word? Why does that word keep on coming back? Like you are you are the few Pokemon that have not tried to, imprison or hurt or, bring harm, and by default, I trust you guys, and you. Part of me is hesitant to immediately call friends, but you guys feel more.
We feel
Family?
what?
Like, family might be the right word, or maybe it is friend. I'm not entirely clear, but I appreciate you all. And thank you for thank you for putting up with me.
Hey, you've been a good friend as well. I just hope I am worthy of being that for ya.
Worthy? You're worthy enough. All of you are. family might be the best way to put it. Friend is, put it lightly, the bare minimum. Friend, no. Family is closer.
I do apologize. I will be right back.
Okay.
No worries. So, if he's away for 15 minutes, we get to level up, right?
Maybe we'll have to ask someone else about that.
We can all say that we decided to, after the hard heart, we just fell asleep by the fire and just, like, woke up a day later.
Well, I
Level
mean...
up.
Oh, that. Yeah, because we level up during our sleep. But I'm more meaning, like, you know, I want more to do before we actually sleep, personally.
Oh god, okay, now like the whole like Lilo and Stitch comes in my mind. It's like, Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind.
Or turned into a chew toy.
Or turned into a chew toy.
Besides, I'm pretty sure most things would probably, you know, break their teeth trying to chew on you.
You know,
are
it's like
steel
trying to
type
chew.
after.
You know, it's like trying to chew like one of those steel like sponges.
Oh god. Steel wool?
Steel wool, thank you.
The chat is all over the cuteness.
The cuteness is amazing. They're loving it.
Like, let's kill him with cuteness. Keyboard, we gotta pile on more cuteness.
More cuteness! More cuteness!
So, we go investigate the attic a bit more?
I think we investigate the attic a bit more, but I think we all should probably reach a group consensus on if we've accounted for everyone.
Right now, I'm kind of thinking in character that the others might have been able to get to sleep. That's mostly up to Rygon, but just kind of my explanation in my head for why the others aren't involved here. Perhaps the three of us just weren't able to get back to sleep right away.
Probably.
I
This
think
is
that's
probably
fair.
during the sleeping part, because at the end of last session, Azurith was going to speak to Alphinaze.
Alcidae, you mean?
Alcidae, thank you.
Yeah, Jeff was gonna go talk
That's
to him
another one I
too.
have to apologize to. I owe a lot of apologies.
Okay, I'm back. Again, I apologize.
Oh, you're
All
good.
Welcome back.
We're just killing the chat.
We're killing the chat with their cuteness. Don't mind us.
Just wait until we all go all anime.
Anime. All
If
right,
Dark
so
was
you
a
all
candy,
were
he would be a
hugging.
jawbreaker.
So you all were kind of in the middle of hugging. Azurith and Dart, you can kind of feel a little bit of the grind of metal on metal as you hug, but it's not unpleasant.
Oh no.
It's almost like the feeling of like hugging somebody wearing a thick sweater.
Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
I will have my revenge.
Okay.
Well, apparently Tanya's gonna have her revenge on us. And now we've got a bigger storm.
Oh no!
Or different storm.
I'll go ahead and we'll make the roll, but this store might not apply for this session because we're running out of time.
We still got 45 minutes. You said 2 hours. I want my fix, man.
Your fix, huh?
Good too. Speaking of which, can you all figure out what the previous weather was?
I'm guessing just extra snowfall? Or extra windy, maybe?
Haunted winds.
Oh. Very clever implementation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rygon, you are an amazing storyteller.
All right, go ahead and continue. I've got the next bit of weather set up.
Well, we decided we're going to go check out upstairs unless there is
Okay.
more to say here. Well, I guess let's go try and calm down and go look at that stuff in the attic.
Don't see why not. It's either we're sitting on the fire, having a heart-to-heart, or we go and explore, having a
And-
heart-to-heart.
And maybe we can get some more clues.
The fire crackles neutrally.
Well, at least it's
As
not
you
menacing.
As you all are talking about going upstairs, almost like as if it was dragged from out of focus back into focus, you can all hear that meep, meep, that beeping sound that you had heard before. You know where it's coming from. You know it's coming from the machine. But it seems almost like by putting your mind towards that space, it suddenly became a lot clearer to you. No longer just, kept to the edge of your consciousness.
Was it always beeping and just not noticed, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, so even when they were at the house, it was still going.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
Because you kind of set me thinking, oh, what if it only beeps when something nasty that it can prevent is nearby? Because the first time it started beeping, we were shortly after the big thing was looking in the window.
No, it's always been beeping. It's just sometimes it's just easier to put out of mind than other times.
Fair. Yeah, let's go take a look at that. See if we can figure something out. Perhaps there is more in there that we could learn. And Jet's gonna lead the way up the stairs.
Okay.
After
wood
checking
kinda
through the front window to make sure to check on that thing that was in the street.
Okay, you see your reflection.
you know, at this point, I'm going to be very concerned the day he doesn't see his reflection.
Yeah, right?
As you
Maybe-
look outside, you can see that the thick blanket of snow has grown even thicker. The footprints that had previously been on the street muffled and almost swept away in the pristine whiteness. And you can see a small lump in the middle of the road. No longer a black, bulky, thing, but just this white lump, like the snow had just kind of smoothed over it. Almost kind of bringing to mind the idea of a pebble in a river washed smooth by the water.
Maybe we should check whatever that is out there. What if it's somebody hurt? Like, it hasn't moved.
I see why not. The addict isn't going anywhere.
I don't really want to go out there, but at the same time, if there is somebody hurt, we saw the prints there.
Well, look, we got each other. Let's go check it out.
Let's do it.
Azurith? Okay.
Let's do it.
And the moment Azurith steps outside, he just becomes an icicle. Jet's going to carefully climb out the front door to the ground again.
Okay. As you land in the snow, you just kind of go. The snow had gotten deeper in the moment of time, maybe in the past hour that you all had been talking. And though you can still very much, like, you can lift your head out and you can still walk in it, it's beginning to become a bit of a slog. And you feel that this is not the kind of situation you want to stay in for very long.
Azurith, why don't you stay up there and keep an eye out and help us get back up if we need to get up quickly?
I shall be your lookout then.
I'm
And-
right behind you, Jet.
We'll go ahead and try to quickly make our way out there to the lump.
Okay. Do you do anything stealth? Anything like that?
As stealthy as we could be in the snow.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll me some dexterity, athletic stealth.
Both of us?
You mean
Yes, if you're both trying to be stealthy. Dexterity, survival, stealth.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be following Jet's lead on this.
Yeah, dex, survival, stealth, yeah. So both of us, yeah.
Very nice, Chad.
Ooh.
Let's hope it's enough.
Wait, 3 6s.
Sorry.
Doesn't that mean it's a crit?
As you all are making your way out there, the moon that is still high above in the sky just intermittently kind of vanishes behind dark clouds. Little beams just trickling down, filtering here or there amongst the pockets of snow. And one moment, everything is black, dark, nothing to be seen. And in the next, beams showing just the little places where you can walk, just the little places you can go. Almost as if you were walking right through a picture reel. Little snapshots of your progress being made a little bit at a time. The snow itself grabs at you, pulling you, almost like it's trying to drag you underneath its white tide. But you both are strong and you manage to resist. Though only your heads and the tips of your tails are peeking above the snow, you're able to slowly but surely make your way forward. Little pockets of your heat being stolen with each stride. When you come to the road, to the little lump, you can see that on both sides of the street, from the left to the right, it's almost as if the expanse had opened up. The muffled sounds around you, lending not a feeling of claustrophobia, but a feeling of unending expanse, of a world yet to be traversed. The buildings in front of you loom, judging. What do you do?
Go up and nudge at the... Well, I was going to say that Jet would stop at the edge of where he thinks the street is and just kind of instinctually look left and then right. Before he proceeds out there to the lump.
Yeah, you see nothing. There's nary a shadow or a non-shadow on either side. It seems safe for the moment.
Jet will go out and kind of look down at his paws before trying to scrape away the snow that's covering the mound.
And Dart's gonna assist best he can.
Carefully, so we don't injure whatever might be down there with claws, but...
Especially mine.
Yeah.
You wipe away at the snow, slowly revealing not flesh, but cloth, tightly wrapped. It's the kind of package that reminds you of somebody who is in the middle of fleeing, hastily drawn together, yet still carefully bundled up in just such a manner as to keep its contents from falling loose.
Jet's gonna look over at Dark with a tilt to his head. You know, the doggy head tilt. I guess we, well, at least it's not somebody, but maybe we should take this back in.
Do you think it was one of them, the Alabaster Gleam guys, or maybe someone they were going after?
Could have been, it could have been Martinez that left this here for us. I kind of want to take a look at what's inside before we move it in, but I don't know if we could get it tied back up again.
It's a little cold. Let's take it in, and Dart's gonna reach out with a paw to try to grab it, but then pause for a moment and realize, oh wait, no thumbs.
You get that, and does it have the stick?
It does not.
Okay. I guess we could try and carry it together.
Is it particularly big or heavy, or is it just like...
It looks like only one of you could carry it in your mouth.
Oh. Jet will take it then.
Okay. It feels a bit heavier than you were expecting. Not enough to throw you off balance, but enough that it's noticeable.
Actually, real quick, does it feel warm? Because I assume that it would be touching him.
Surprisingly, it does.
Let's get this back in very quickly. It's warm. There's something in here. Might be someone.
Aye. Give me just a sec. Dart, like, as Jet starts walking towards the house, Dart's just going to, like, paw at the ground around where the package was, just to double check to make sure that there wasn't actually someone underneath that. And assuming he finds nothing, he's going to kind of, like, just, like, play with this white substance a little bit in his paws, just kind of, like, try to understand it a bit better.
It's an interesting substance. It's sticky, yet powdery. You could feel it melting in your hand, yet at the same time capturing it. It is a material unlike any that you had ever seen before. You feel that it is both benign and dangerous, useful and threatening. As you play with it in your paw, you can feel it kind of crumple in between your little paw toes, and you can feel it freezing the tips of your paw pads.
I'm gonna lick it.
It's cold
Is it
and
yellow?
refreshing.
No, bad Sim, bad.
It is cold and refreshing. You realize with a start that it reminds you very much of the river that you were in, just somehow in a different form.
Dart's gonna like kind of shudder a little bit, just as like his brain kind of makes that connection. And just kind of like give it like another like paw poke, just like
You leave an imprint within it. An imprint that is quickly being filled up by more of the white flakes.
this is strangely familiar. Dart's gonna be kind of like muttering to himself out loud.
Roll me an inside survival alert. As you are touching the snow, you can instinctively feel the fur on your neck raise. But nothing's around. Nothing but the vanishing moonlight and the endless expanse of
I
white.
missed! Not enough ale!
And at that moment, Dart's just going to like turn and go back and can start following Jet back into the house. But like, he's going to be looking around. He's feeling uneasy. He's going to be like looking around, trying to see, okay, why do I feel like this?
Jet was watching Dart while he was doing all of that. Would he have noticed that Dart seems uneasy now?
Yes, you do notice that Dart seems a bit uneasy. His fur is a little bit more puffed out. And
Should
his
I-
movements carry the weight of somebody who feels like they are being watched.
Should I make my own alert roll?
You don't notice anything.
Okay.
Question. From Azurith's standpoint, can he see anything from being a lookout?
No. All you can catch are just the glimpses of the two as they are out in the middle of the yard and street. Just the brief little bits of light when the moon comes back from behind a dark cloud before it's once again captured.
Are you okay, Dart?
Let's head back inside, Jet.
Jet will nod. Why don't you go ahead first? You can help
No,
Azurith pull up this bundle.
You go ahead. I'll be right behind you. You lead the way.
Okay. And he'll, carry it on in up to the door then.
Jet, you have no issues at all. You are able to kind of walk the path that you had walked forward. the white substance giving way to you. It's cold and it's even at times a little frustrating, but it's almost like a defeated challenger. Just a mere brush of your body being enough to reestablish dominance. Dart, has white substance always felt this tough? You're slogging through it. It's pulling on you. As Jet makes his way forward, you can feel the white substance kind of collapsing down behind him, and it's blocking you. You don't feel threatened, but by the time you reach the door, you are tired.
You okay?
I don't know.
Go on and get up there. Get back up there, and we can get to this end and get back to next to the fire to see what's inside.
Darts. I'm assuming there's a bit of a ledge because of the hole in the porch.
Yeah, there is a bit of a ledge. It will take you, you'll have to kind of do a little jump up there to get back up through the door.
Jet's gonna use his nose to kind of give Dart a boost when he scrambles up onto the ledge.
Dart's just gonna give a bit of a uneasy jump, trying to be conscious of hey, lean back, use those back legs to kind of reach for the porch.
Oh, there is no porch. Just merely a scratched brick wall.
Or for the door.
Yeah. You eventually manage to make it up and you make it through. Even somehow being here back in the house feels refreshing. And you can feel even that small minimal bit of heat from the fireplace that manages to stretch all the way out here, giving life back to your limbs.
Dart, sorry, Jet, you.
Take this. Take this.
Dart's
As
gonna
Jet is
reach for the bag and with his mouth.
front paws, Jet's front paws are up on the side, trying to hold the bag up as high as he can for Azurith and Dart.
Azurith takes the bag and pulls it all in.
And
Just
then
The bag, just you're able to transfer it easily between both of you. Azurith, it feels heavy, and it almost kind of takes you a little bit by surprise, and you find yourself kind of tipping forward a little bit before you right yourself.
And Jet's gonna do his best to jump back up as well.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to make it. It's a little tougher than before. The edge a little slippery from previous attempts, but you managed to eventually scramble your way up.
All right, let's get this. Get over to the fire and get the door shut. Warm up a bit and see what's inside.
Azurith will be pulling the bag over to the fireplace where they will be sitting.
And Jet's gonna try and open it.
Dart's gonna like be nearby, but a bit closer to the fire.
As you open the package, it peels apart almost like a fruit or a present. And blossoming like a flower, you can see right in the middle of it what appears to be a little sack and a leather-bound book.
Real quick, was there a note on it?
There was not.
Okay. Jet's gonna look at the leather-bound book. So we do recognize what a book is?
Yes, you do recognize
Okay.
what a book is.
He's gonna try and look for a title on it.
There does not appear to be a title, but you do see something that looks like a little lock on it. And you find that it's not easy to open it. Well, actually, it's you can't open it. It's tight.
Well, this is odd. Well, what's in the sack then?
Azurith will go and check the sack for Jet.
As you open up the sack, a wafting warmth emanates from it.
We got a bag of heating.
Do you do anything further with it? Do you reach
Um,
in? Do you try to look inside? Do you pour it
Azurith
out if there's anything there?
Azurith looks in first before he proceeds any further.
As you look inside the bag, you can see what appears to be little, like reddish orbs. It almost reminds you of like little metal spheres that are in the middle of being heated up.
Azurith will reach in to touch one.
As you reach in to touch one, you feel something that is strange. It doesn't hurt, but at the same time, doesn't feel the best either. As soon as you poke one of the little orbs, it kind of flashes a little bit. And a little bit more heat kind of is released from it.
No, it's warm. And Azurith will pour out
Well,
the contents.
I was just about to say, well, I'm glad it's warm, but what is it?
And I was just about to
Let
say,
us see.
Azurith goes and pours the contents out onto the floor.
Okay. The little
And they burst into
metal.
flame and set the entire house on fire.
They might. The little orbs kind of are poured out onto the floor, and they act much in the way you would expect little spheres to. They kind of roll around a little bit, but that's it. There's no singe marks. There's no burns. They're just little pulsating metal spheres that almost look like they are captured in a moment of great heat. Dart? They smell delicious.
Dart's going to investigate one like tentatively with his paw, and then like go in for like an investigative sniff.
It's honestly hard to describe, but somehow this little molten orb, it does not smell like anything you had ever smelt before. And it doesn't smell like, say, chicken or fruit or even water. But it has an odor to it that makes your mouth water a little bit. And as you touch it, you don't feel any pain at all, just a small little comforting warmth.
Oh, I really needed that. Oh,
I wonder what they are. And Jet's going to try touching one himself.
Much in the same way as Azurith, it feels a little painful, but it's not. It's also at the same time feels comforting as well. Azurith and Jet, you can smell what it smells to be something that is a little uh, like metal that's in the middle of being pounded into shape. It smells of molten steel and smoke.
after the smell, could Dart give it a investigative lick? This is apparently just a licking episode.
I was about to say, like, and the first thing goes to is to a lick.
We got the touch, we
but
got the sniff,
Jet's
now we
the-
gotta go the lick.
You don't have you don't have lick though. Jet's got lick.
I have more moves than all of us.
As
I'm talking
you
about the move.
lick the little molten orb, you actually eat it.
Art! What are you
just-
doing?
what? Azurith has
It-
the expression of shock on his face.
You could feel that warmth kind of going down your throat and into your gullet and into your stomach. And it feels nice. That previous sucking cold that you had felt before from outside is quickly gone. You feel fortified. You feel stronger. You have actually not felt this way before at all. Not since all the little excursions and all the little adventures you had had up to this point. This is the best you had ever felt.
I Whoa. Uh, uh, what? Wow. Wow.
We don't even know what this is. Why did you eat it?
I just wanted to give it a test, like, but I feel great.
Well, I'm very glad.
Like this is the best I felt since I've woken up. Like, I
Are
What-
they
what-
food?
it smelled freaking delicious.
I don't smell anything from them.
It's hard to describe. It's just like it. Oh, it made my mouth water. It's why I gave it a test, like a lick, because it just smelled so good and it felt so warm, and oh, when it went down, it just felt like every cold fiber of my being just bobbed. Oh, like how many of these like spheres were there?
You can count about roughly 15 left.
Jet's
Oh,
going to lean down and give the one he touched an experimental lick.
It burns your tongue.
Ah! Hot! Hot!
I wasn't even tempted to lick it. Okay? Okay.
Well,
Okay, but all seriousness, character, like, Dart's gonna step out for a moment. He's like, oh, are you okay, Jet?
it's very hot to me.
Maybe this is one of those special abilities you were mentioning, Jet.
Maybe it is. Maybe these are, I guess, food for your... I would say don't eat any more until we can ask Doc.
It's going so... I love physics!
Seda, you have such a delightful laugh.
And it's very delightful.
Oh yeah, in all seriousness, is like, Dart's just gonna, like, kind of, like, gather these back up into the sack.
Link
It's like-
around, and eventually they get back into the sack, and you can feel just that nice little warmth kind of pulsating from it.
I look forward to morning. I have questions. Though Dart's attention's gonna go back to the book. Like, you said you couldn't open this, Jet, right?
It's seems to be locked. And Jet's
Let's
gonna
see what
move
we got
aside
here.
a little bit, but still close and looking curiously at it.
Yeah, Dart's gonna investigate it, try to, like, see what this lock actually looks like, and if it could even be either shimmied or forced open.
The lock itself seems to be fairly simple. It is. It's honestly the kind of lock you would expect on maybe like a low tier document, except that this book seems a little bit too nice for that. The lock itself almost seems like it was just kind of like rushly done, just slapped on as a way to kind of offer just a minimal layer of protection for this book. Otherwise, the book is of high quality, and the material, the smooth material against your paw, feels nice as it yields against it. And you can catch a whiff of leather.
And then Dart inserts a claw. Alright, we've got a
I-
click out of 1. Nothing on 2. Little resistance on 3.
I was about to say, like, could I, like, maybe, like, it, like, shimmy the lock with a claw? So damn it, Zim!
All right, go ahead. Give me a dexterity roll. Click.
That wasn't so hard. As Dart, like, starts to, like, open up the book.
Inside, you actually see what appears to be a drawing of the orbs. There are also little bits and pieces here and there of language, but it's, for some reason, it's a language you can't quite read. You don't know if it's coded or spoken in some other tongue that you're not aware of, but you can't read it. All you can identify are the pictures. And this is on the first page.
Azurith, Jet, can you understand this?
Jet is right there next to Dart, almost pushing in to look for himself as well. I assume he can't read it either.
What about you, Azurith?
Azurith is off to the side at the moment. He's not peering in like Jet is.
Okay. Jet, you cannot read the language at all either.
Azurith, I can't read it, but maybe you can?
Let me have a look. And Azurith will get up and walk over to the book, peering at it.
As you peer inside of it, you actually can catch bits and pieces of it. But the fullness of the language escapes even you. You can catch like a "the" there, or recipe. But that's it.
Oh god. It's No Man's Sky.
Funny.
Dart's going to like take an investigative look and like start flipping through a couple pages, see if like there's any pictures or anything like that that looks.
You moved in before I could give my response in.
Oh, sorry.
Azurith will peer at the words and see them. It's like, I can barely make out the words. It's just, I don't know how to say them in what it is, but there are words I can read. Like the and recipe. You did say orb, right? Or was it orb?
You'd say orb.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like the and orb and recipe. I think it flips to another page to take a look.
On the next page, you see what appears to be a Pokemon of an unknown type eating the orb. And you can kind of see like a simplified version of like a gullet.
That one is eating it, turns the book to show Dart. Is
And then we
this...
turn the page and see a explosion effect with the drawing.
Oh no!
I will be right back. Carry on, though.
Okay.
As you turn the page, you can see on the next page that the inside of the creature, the Pokemon, appears to be kind of like gains like a flash of red. And then, amusingly enough, on the page right after that, because they're side by side, you can see
Drugs
that
are
the
bad.
little orb.
You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad.
You can see that the orb has almost gone into like this little internal pocket.
Do you have some internal pockets in you, Dart?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Azurith will start walking around Dart and just investigating, just like poking a bit. Just like poking the side.
Yeah, you're poking, and the dart feels like a dog. It feels like a canine, fur, ribs, all that good stuff. There, nothing really seems to be too out of place.
Hmm. Nah, everything seems fine.
Thank you.
Well, I had to.
I could try and take a look inside.
No.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
Azurith giggles at it, even though he has PTSD from it.
I feel it's like Dart's gonna turn his attention back to the book. Like, I feel like this might be a better question for her. Like, hopefully Doc can read this, but like he's going to like quickly flip through like probably I don't know like 10 or 15 more pages as he's saying that, just to see like if there's any other picture that like catches his attention. Like maybe he's in there somewhere.
As you flip through the pages, you eventually come to what almost looks to be like a running cartoon. Just, you see the nondescript Pokemon just kind of standing. It looks like it's in front of a target. And then on the next page, it looks like they're like looking back a little bit. And then the next page are even further back, and then the next further back and further back. And then you can see what almost looks to be like an internal whoosh. And suddenly that little steel or that little molten orb that was inside of them is shooting out at the target. And as the final few bits of the pictures come to bear, you can see the target get almost like blown apart.
Maybe this is telling us how you use one of those abilities, like what I've got. Maybe you do have something you can do.
Curious.
So interesting.
Who Dart kind of gets a bit of an idea, and he's just going to like kind of focus in on himself in a moment and just be like, weird fire orb thing that he ate, like
You
he
can
doesn't,
go ahead.
he doesn't know quite sure what he's doing, but he's like, it's like apparently it's inside him somewhere. It's like, okay, and launch it.
Go ahead and tell me how do you try to launch it?
The chat is having a field day with this.
Yeah, chat's having fun. We'll let the chat be.
Hey, people really wanted a Pokemon gun. Got Pokemon Dart instead.
Carry on, though. Sorry.
But he's going to like.
It shall be done, and done well.
But he's going to like turn his attention to like He's going to turn his attention to like the, I guess like the couch. Assuming no one's on the couch.
Okay.
And just kind of like is running through that like little picture slideshow in his mind, just like, trying to feel that warmth of the orb, and like directing it to the couch.
As you are kind of like looking within, you can almost see in your mind's eye that reel going past your vision, just da 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 da, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. And as you try to imitate that feeling, you can feel your body kind of tensing up a little bit. Your back paws scratch against the wood. You can feel your body just almost like it's getting ready to release something. And then, whoosh, right out of your muzzle comes the little molten ball. And it speeds right towards the couch, and it blows a hole right in the middle of it.
Dart.
And it's quiet. Not a single sound was made, save for the soft shredding of the couch and the wood.
Jet
Why
jumps
didn't
back with
you-
a yelp.
Azurith is staring at the hole in the couch and is like, why didn't you go outside? Slowly turns to Dart. That was cool. But why didn't you go outside?
Did that come out of me?
Yes. You definitely did that.
Wow. That was weird, but wow.
We're gonna need new whatever that thing was.
Did the orb survive though?
Dart's gonna like go around to like investigate.
You cannot see it anywhere.
Jet's getting up onto the couch, looking. So the hole went all the way through.
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna kind of look in around the couch, like from on the seat of it.
You can't find the orb anywhere either. It seems like as soon as it had hit the target, it had disintegrated or vanished.
Jet kind of puts his paws up on the back of the couch, looking over it at Dart. I can't find it anywhere.
But something clearly heard it, but where'd it go?
This is... How do I put it?
Was it like a one-time thing? Like a one-time use thing? For each?
It's like he ate a rock, spit out the rock, and the rock is now gone.
Dart's going to try it again just to kind of, test like Jet's, query.
Hold up, what is he trying again?
The
Dart?
exact same thing.
Dart?
Aimed where?
Dart?
The right side of the couch.
Dart? Outside. I don't want you blowing a hole in the wall.
I wasn't aiming for the wall. I was aiming for the fluff. I was aiming for the soft fluff.
The note when we walked in said not to make too much of a mess of this place.
Was that coming from the fireplace again?
Go ahead and roll me some insight.
Oh, no.
All of us?
It was
Rygon was all.
not.
Rygon was all of us, or
No,
God
since
damn
Jet
it!
asked,
Every time you say something like that, a shiver goes down my fucking spine.
Congratulations, you're now scared.
Phasmo, I'm fine. Rygon running a game, I'm terrified.
He knows how to make you tick.
Guys, did you hear that? That didn't come from the fire.
Then
Then-
where?
where did it come from?
you two, as far as you two are concerned, it did.
I mean, it
Jet's
clearly
looking-
came from the fire.
No, it did not. Jet's looking around to see if he can maybe spot the source of it. Or, pinpoint where it came from.
Hard to say. It's already gone. All you can see is just the dancing of the flickering flames, a little bit of stuffing falling from the inside of the couch, and a book reflecting the fire's light.
And a wormhole standing in the doorway.
You're a funny one. You're a funny one.
Jet's going to head to the front door or the front window again.
Okay.
Looking out.
Nothing out there. Nothing but a deepening pile of white expanse. And, well, just the barest glimpses of a moon.
Wait. His reflection is gone? Oh no. He'll go to the back window, the kitchen window and look out.
You don't see anything too suspicious out there.
And that was the backyard window, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll return to the fireplace, looking around a bit. I swear that did not come from the fire.
Well, until you give more... No. I'll believe you. But you do gotta tell us where.
I don't know. But it definitely didn't come from the fire.
Do you think it could be something from the attic? We were about to go out there before we got our little package here. Dart again tried to think, can he do that again? Or does he actually have to eat one of those things every time?
Good question.
How big are those orbs, by the way?
Oh, good
They're
question.
about the size of like a moderately sized marble.
Okay, so tiny. How big
One
is
of the
that giant?
big
How big is that?
marbles or one of the smaller marbles?
Like a big marble.
Okay.
How big is that hole that was made?
About the size of one of your heads.
Oh lordy.
Shit.
That's okay. 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 That's huge. I thought so.
Yeah, Dart's just going to try to focus on the feeling, not so much like releasing it with the whoosh, but just like if that feeling is still inside him.
You can feel something inside of you. It doesn't carry that same sense of warmth, however. Instead, it feels more you, almost like it's you folded in upon itself.
Hmm. I'm not quite sure if I could do that again. Like, I don't feel as warm as before, but I don't feel as empty as before either. Perhaps Doc might know a bit more. This is... I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of cool, though.
I agree. It was very cool. Jet is looking a bit distracted, trying to glance in every direction at once.
He's scared.
And as all of you are in the middle of your conversation, it's like a sudden wave of just exhaustion hits all three of you. All that adrenaline, all that attention, all that energy is just gone. You all feel just tired as the events of the day finally catch up to each of you.
You know what? I think Ada can wait till the morning. I think whatever there was, that took a lot out of me.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Still worried about where that noise came from, but
Let's just curl up by the fire.
all right. And Jet will go over.
Dart's just gonna like curl up to like that sack, like. I feel like he's going to like hold on, like sleep on the book, like hold the book, but like curl up with like his back next to that sack with the warmth that makes him feel very nice.
Jet goes over and, well, that sack is pretty warm. He'll lay down next to it, but laying his head on the on Dart's side.
Okay. Azurith?
Alright, let's watch them do this. And then come over to join them. It's warmer when you're huddled up together.
And then the
You
cold
kind of
blood
feel your
steals
scales
up.
just sort of flutter as you settle down.
And then the cold
Fluttering.
blood steals all of our warmth.
And as each of you kind of feel your eyes grow heavy, little yawns touching the tip of each of your muzzles, you can hear just very softly in the background just...
That
and
barely
then
came
blackness
through.
takes you. Oh, all right. The... and then blackness takes all of you.
Guys, we died. It was Pear Song, totally.
We-
The horn lulls us to sleep, in endless sleep that we can never wake up from.
Yeah, it's the same song that says "Let's let's keep sleeping gods down." Oh no!
Oh no, now they're keeping us down because we're somehow sleeping gods. Okay.
It turns out I'm not a Rockruff. I'm a Zacian.
It's Zacian.
This is not my final form.
So
all right, so go ahead.
Did you do the second weather warning?
Yes, actually. It was just snow.
Oh, more snow?
Snow.
Yeah.
More snow.
Okay. And then the Curse of Junk?
The Curse of Junk was actually what you discovered, the book.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I figured as much, but wanted to verify. And then...
Oh, that book's mine now.
Oh, I hold dibs. I sleep with it. Why now?
Yeah.
No. I'm the one who can read it.
You can read 2 words!
I can read more than you.
All right.
The all-in card, did you implement that with Dart's attack there, or was that the
Yes.
standard for the attack?
It was kind of both. I was planning on having it be that big anyway, so the card just kind of conveniently, got played at the same time.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I guess we're done then.
Okay, then we'll just do because I unfortunately do have to get to sleep.
That's fair.
Late. Go sleep.
So something you liked, something you felt could have been improved, burning question or theory or idea.
Okay, I'll go
We'll start with
first.
you, Azurith. Yeah.
Something needs to be improved. Dart, you should have done that outside. We have a hole in the couch. Player is not happy. Azurith doesn't care, but player is not happy. There's a hole in the couch. Don't you dare do the say to laugh. Can I have book, please? That's the thing I like the most. I like the book the most. I want to read the book. Book.
I want to read the book too. Like, I'm gonna let you finish your.
I will teach you the words that I know, but still, it's like 3 words. It's 3 more words than you know.
He points at one. This is the. Points at another. This is recipe. Points at the third. This is orb. Okay, lesson done.
Serious?
It's going so.
Next.
I love physics.
Well, what was something
that was
you
your
liked?
improvement. What did you like? What was your burning question?
Oh, burning question. What was out there? What was that thing that wasn't snow out there on the ground?
You mean the
I'm not
sack
sure what you
that we
mean.
picked up?
No, there was something soft. I
Footprints?
swear, felt like it was dragging Jet down. No, not Jet. Dart. Words.
Oh, that's a good question.
Very good question.
Actually, I've got a theory on that. I think it was simply Rygon, like the paranoia, the eyes on you being watched. I think all of that may have been Dart experiencing a bit of hypothermia. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Would you all like to know why I did the thing I did?
Sure. Not like it's gonna come up again. Is it?
I feel like it was a bit of a combination of, Dart having a bit of a recollection of the river again, because you did bring that up, but also I do agree with the hypothermia comment. But also I kind of felt like it was a good setup for the orbs. Almost like almost a bit of part of Dart was missing in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like that essentially not being nourished in a sense
Mm-hmm.
was definitely catching up with him, and the orbs replenish that. Maybe in this setting steel types need to actually eat minerals.
Well,
That's a very, very interesting theory.
my answer to your question of whether you tell us about that is always the same. If it's something we'll discover later that is plot important, no, I don't want to know. But if it's not, and just something intriguing about how you're DMing and such, yes, I'd love to know.
Okay. Then if all three of you are okay, I can go ahead and I can reveal my thought process behind it.
I'm
Okay.
okay with it. I just wanted to get my 2 cents in before you did.
Okay. One, yes, it was because your character has been through a lot and has not had a chance to actually catch up. And two, it was simply you having memories of the river, being caught in that cold current. So this was kind of like why everything was a lot heavier. This is why you were struggling so much. Not necessarily because the snow was any harder, because Jet was right there in front of you. He's plowing the way, he's making the footsteps and all that stuff. This was in your mind. This one was where you were so preoccupied with that concept of your body just kind of fading away that before you knew it, you were just tired by the time you hit the front door. So it was a combination of your actual tiredness and your memories of the river.
Cool. I'm glad I was mostly on the same page there for that one.
All right. Well, Azurith, something you liked.
I already said the book.
Oh.
We already answered me. I was the first.
All right, then, Dart, something you liked.
Is it just one?
One what?
Do I have to pick just one?
Oh, you can go ahead. You can pick multiple, I suppose.
Because I mean, like honestly, I like the opportunity just to kind of like have the open heart to heart and kind of like get a bit more of like the proper group dynamic going. The how you kind of brought like a little bit of that water PTSD back, but like in a way that like it feels genuine. It's not like you remember the river and you just go into a shock. It's like it kind of like felt very natural, just that uneasiness as like a memory got triggered, but like not too overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a kid in a candy shop with that move. That was fun, and I want to know more about the book. That was fun. And also your way of describing that was very unique and raises a lot of questions. What I didn't, or what could be improved? I don't know. I can't really think of anything to improve. Like, I guess like less for you to improve, but more us to improve.
Okay.
We got distracted a lot.
Yeah.
Because we decided, let's go. Okay, heart to heart. You know what? Let's distract ourselves by going and investigate the attic. What about that lump outside? Okay, let's go look at the lump. It's like we I think probably halfway through the session decided we're going to go look at the attic, and we have not gone up to the attic.
Yeah.
We are very unfocused. And burning question. I'm definitely feeling a burning question inside of me. Definitely, like, obviously, like, the attic and the mystery up there are still in the back of my mind, but, like, the book's the new focus.
Okay.
Like, this seems to be a big kind of key into Dart's physiology. And at least, like, an insight into how he can feel like he can fight. So, burning question is what's in the burning orbs? And why are they so damn delicious?
Well, simple answer is, we have how many? 15 more of those left?
Yes.
Wonderful. 15 more railgun shots. Use them wisely. Scree. Scree.
And if you notice, Dart, I didn't have you roll to see if you succeeded. This is an example of a character moment where you can have that automatic success. So you have met one of 3 successes required in order to master a move. So just keep that in mind.
I would recommend kind of what Orem did with the apples, but instead of marking the ones that he has mastered, might be better to keep them separate and mark it with an apple of, okay, I've had 1 success.
Also, Rygon, on that note, could you actually step back on tabletop like 1 step, because I actually was trying to write down a note, but I accidentally cleared the note I had.
Yeah, sure. There you go.
Thank you.
Did that work for you? Okay, awesome. Was that all 3 for you?
Yeah, that was what I liked, but I didn't like in Burning Question, so it's up to Jet now.
All right. Spin us a tale, Jet.
For me, something I loved was this entire session. Kind of like Dart. It's like every little bit of this, from even just the gathering the wood to the being able to relax and have that heart to heart, everything. I very much love this. As for something to improve, I guess probably the same thing, where we did get distracted from checking out the attic, though for me it's I'm less against that, as because we weren't sure if that was somebody left out there. So the attic will be there in the morning. That the potential person out in the snow may not be. Or the potential Pokemon out in the snow.
Perfectly fair.
Now for the questions. Who left that bundle?
Great question.
Who left the bundle? And what was that last sound that Jet heard that did not come from the fireplace?
I don't know. Any thoughts?
Right now I'm torn between, yes, it was a... The thing is that I have noticed with, you brought up a lot how you are very purposeful on how you word things. So I think that it was actually some other source for that sound.
Okay.
As for what, I have no idea, because, well, I couldn't figure out any potential direction for where it came from. But beyond that, I have no idea. As for the bundle, I mean, the only person that has been leaving us stuff has been Martinez, but he's left it over at the porch. To be fair, the porch is destroyed right now, so that's a little bit of a moot point. Mm-hmm. But there's also the fact that it didn't have a note. And all the other ones from Martinez have had a note. So I don't think it was Martinez.
I would definitely say that's a good catch. Go ahead.
But it's clearly someone who either coincidence or someone who knows that there's a very inexperienced steel type.
My personal guess, because the tracks were going across the street, then the bundle was there, and then they kept going, right?
Yes.
So I'm thinking it may have been somebody carrying something, carrying a few things, and may not have even realized that that fell off. I'm thinking it may not have been an intentional this was left behind. Because if it was intentional, why did they leave it in the middle of the street instead of, closer to the house?
Maybe Alabaster Gleam. They were going to drop it off, and then they came in, they left off in a hurry. We don't know how long it's been there.
We did check outside the window after they left, and it was not there.
No footprints either.
Yeah, no footprints at that time either. I should have checked the tracks. Maybe it was a Durant.
Why would a Durant be all the way out here? You know, I'm not going to question why.
I mean, it would... A Durant carrying a bunch of stuff back to its hive, back to the rest of the other Durants. It would make sense. And the potential for it to fall off its back or something. Plus, Durant is also a steel type, and it would make sense that, oh, hey, this thing smells delicious. Now, who made the bundle in the first place is another question, if that is the case.
Say that's a great hypothesis.
I doubt that's the case, but it's an interesting hypothesis. Interesting theory.
The fact that it gets you thinking along that line, though, I think that's a good thing. No, because you could have easily said, "Oh, well, it's just somebody who just dropped it out there." But you're thinking, like, what if there's more to this than just somebody dropped it out there?
Yeah.
What if someone knows who knows all about us, and they're trying to, help us succeed in our own way? Again, it's kind of like, with the whole time travel theory, but again, we don't know until later down the line.
It's like all theories are valid. It could be just complete accidental chance. It could be an intentional, nudging hand of help. But I think the more important thing is, we got to further investigate the contents of the book. Because clearly these orbs and this book has helped Dart unlock something that, when the session started, he didn't know he had. It's like,
Go ahead.
in an instant, his worries about being unable to fight have kind of vanished. Because now he knows he can do something. Maybe not so good at it yet, but he can do something.
All right. Any final things on the session? I know this was very much a more casual session. Not a lot of big things happened or whatnot, but it
This is
sounds like
perfect.
you all. Oh, great.
It may have not been big to you, but it was big to us.
It really was.
It really was. It was a nice, wonderful heart-to-heart. Words escape my mind. We also have a new weapon.
That is true. Hopefully, Dart can figure out how to use it.
Patience. All patience and time.
Correct.
And chat, if I'll of course take anything from you as well before I head off for the evening. But to give my short synopsis as the storyteller, My goals for this evening, of course, were to let you all have that moment to have your heart to heart. And there were two other goals I wanted to fulfill tonight. One of them was to give Dart a little bit more character building. And the other one was to get you all a little bit more interested in where you're at. So those were my two goals for tonight.
Jet, very much. I will say a theory that just occurred to me. In regards to the sound, what if it came from one of the, like some kind of hidden hideaway, like vault or something that might be inside this house? You know, a panic room. That's the word.
There might be one by the fireplace, but we don't know.
Might be by the fireplace. Could be somewhere else.
We will have to investigate next week, or this Saturday.
I was gonna say, we are not skipping Saturday.
I guess we'll have to see what happens over on my end. You know, always keeping busy. I'm still gonna have more notes to do. Hopefully my supervisor should be a little bit more happy with where I'm at, though. It's like, trust me, I'm getting them done. I'm trying.
Keep up the great work.
You're working on it.
And thank you so much for the session, and I really appreciate it.
Right,
course.
Gon.
I
Thank
want
for
to
this
be able to
incredible
do.
session.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you all enjoyed it, and I'm glad I got to, you know, play off the creepiness for you as well. I mean, you all had to have a little bit of a cool down from the scare you all had.
Yes,
yeah.
with more scare.
These kind of small sessions are something I hope to do again in the future. Just something to not have the whole group, but something where we could just have these small little character interactions. You get to explore a little bit. You maybe have a little bit of character building. And yeah, you just have a moment to just be yourselves. And it also gives me a little bit of a little bit of what do you call it? Room in order to kind of tell my descriptive storyteller stuff.
It was
Holy frick, your description
incredible.
of snow was just like,
Oh yeah.
you're good.
No,
You're very good.
You'll never look at snow the same way again.
Nope.
All right, so I gotta head on out. Thank you, all three of you, for coming in and playing the session. And thank you to the audience for coming on by and watching as well.
All right, let's go in and get this outro done.
Yay.
Oh, woo.
Bye.
There it is. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for the Starlight Expeditions Pokerole Mystery Dungeon, our Pokemon Mystery Dungeon tabletop campaign, using Pokerole 1.3, or 1.x, basically. That was Chapter 1, Episode 10, Paralogue Chapter 1, Fireside Chat. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. You guys keep this channel alive. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around, as well as by picking up some packs of cards through Streamloots. And of course, make sure you all check out my friends who have been joining me here, Rygon Plays, Arzadeu, and Seda. You'll find links to their channels down in the description below. Or if you're here on Twitch, I'll get them in the chat right now. But again,
I promise we're good content creators.
you know, I think I gave a shout out to both Rygon and RZ, but I think I missed Seda. So there you go. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Good night. Take care and stay safe.
Sleep well.
Rygon?
Rygon's gone.
Oh, he already left. Okay.
Rygon already left.